Hello my beautiful stars, I hope that you're doing so well today. If you're new here, my name is Molly and welcome to another episode of Molli-Ween. If you are new here, Molli-Ween is a fall and Halloween series that I started on my channel last year and I wanted to continue on with it for the foreseeable future, year after year, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. Without further introduction, let's just get into today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about some of my absolute favorite Halloween movies that I think you should be watching this season and have like maybe a binge week or something, honestly weeks, because these movies are so fun and spooky and all things good. So let's just get into it. Starting off with number one, I have House on Haunted Hill. These are in no particular order, but I love House on a Haunted Hill. I remember watching this growing up. I probably shouldn't have been watching it. I think I just kind of caught it on like AMC or something, because AMC does not hold back during Halloween. They always play like some really spooky ones, and I feel like ones that maybe aren't typically played around this time of season or time of the year. And House on a Haunted Hill is actually a remake of one from I think the 40s or the 50s. So the 1999 one is the one that I'm talking about, and it has a few people in there that you may recognize that were kind of, I guess, like more bigger stars in the 90s. I just really like how creepy it is. I feel like movies like that, people had talked about how vibes that movie gives off was so particular to that time period. Another movie that I really like that is kind of similar in a way, I don't know if it's like gothic-y kind of vibes to it, but it's very cool, and Queen of the Damned also has a very similar vibe, and I like those movies a lot. So House on a Haunted Hill is definitely a really good one. It is spooky for sure. I mean, I feel like it can be kind of campy at times, but I mean, I really like that. I will also link below where you can watch them, or I'll have them on the screen where you can watch them. So if you're just curious, maybe you don't have a certain streaming service, I'll show you where else you can watch it. So the second is the Scream franchise. My personal favorite is definitely the first movie, but I also don't mind the second or the third ones and the fourth one. The fourth one isn't my absolute favorite, but it's still pretty good. It's actually, I think, pretty creepy. I am excited for the fifth one to come out because I really like Wes Craven's ideas with Scream. I know that he's no longer with us, but I really like Scream, and you could ask anybody. I watch those all year round, and I just think that the story is really unique. I feel like we don't always see stuff exactly like that because it is kind of like a scary movie within a scary movie in a way. But yeah, the Scream franchise is great. You can watch a lot of them on TV, but they're also on a lot of different streaming services. So hands down, definitely check it out. Kind of takes some twists and turns, and there's a lot of plot twists in the series, so it's a good one for sure. The next one is a little bit less on the creepy side and more kind of silly, but it's Hubie Halloween. I watched this last year when it came out, as Adam Sandler, and he's playing one of his like iconic characters. I mean, Hubie is new, but like he just seems like a lot of his other characters kind of mashed up into one. I personally really like Adam Sandler, so if you do too, I think this would be a movie that you enjoy. It takes place on Halloween, and there's like a little bit of a mystery to it. I like how he's kind of seen as strange and stuff, but people give him more of a chance as the movie goes on, and I think it's a little bit lighthearted in comparison to other scary and gory movies. The next one is The Witches of Eastwick. I absolutely love this movie. I mean, you'll probably hear me say that about all these ones, but this one is so fun. I love the vibes of it as well. I know that this tried to be a show, I think, on the CW, and it didn't do very well, which is kind of a bummer because it is a unique concept, but I love anything like witches and vampires, so this is a really good one. Actors and actresses in that movie: Jack Nicholson, Susan Sarandon, Cher, and Michelle Pfeiffer, and I think that this movie kind of just hits a lot of like the vibes, just they hit different. So definitely one to watch this season, and I love how it's kind of set, I think, on the East Coast, and you know, New England always has the best vibes for Halloween. The next one is kind of a cult classic, I guess, and it's Trick or Treat. I was really late to this party. I finally watched it for the first time this year, and it was released in 2007. I had no idea what the movie was about. I tried to find like actual trailers, but all the trailers I found were very interesting. Like, it wasn't like a normal trailer, I guess, if that's the right even way to put it. But I like Trick or Treat. I think Sam is actually really cute as like a character, which a lot of people say, even though he's kind of creepy though. The story, it just follows a couple different plot lines, but it's all kind of interconnected in a way, which those movies can always be really fun to watch. So Trick or Treat is really good if you have not seen it yet. It's definitely a movie that you want to watch every Halloween. The next one is It Chapter 1, and I do love the original 1990 Stephen King It with Tim Curry, because I think Tim Curry really plays Pennywise well, but I think that the new Pennywise is also really good. To me, it actually seemed a little bit more creepy, maybe just because of all the CGI and new effects that they can add to it, but either one is great. But I'm in specific talking about like the newer one, I think from 2017, with like Finn Wolfhard and all the other kiddos that were in that movie. It was similar, but there were a lot of different parts to it, and in the second chapter, Stephen King makes an appearance, which I thought was really cool. So definitely look out for those Easter eggs. The second time around is really good, so if you haven't gotten a chance yet, it can be a little scary. It's a little bit more gory in a way, and you'll be able to see like the little odes to like the original one too in the movie. The next one is Friday the 13th. So I actually haven't seen like any of the original Friday the 13th like fully through, so I need to do that. I know, as someone that likes Halloween and horror movies, I'm really bad at this. I do like the one, I think it's from 2009, and it has like Kay Panabaker in it, and what's his name, he's from Supernatural, and he's also in Gilmore Girls, and I'm blanking on his name, and I'm sorry. He's in it as well. And I think this one, it's like kind of dim lit, and it has this kind of like almost Twilight-esque vibe to it, in the sense of like just the way it was filmed. It is gory, kind of stupid at times, but that's why I like it. It's an easier horror movie to watch. It's not quite as scary of a slasher, just because it can be a little like ridiculous at times, very 2000s, so it's a good one if you do want to watch that. My next ones are Happy Death Day 1 and then To You, which I really like these movies. I don't know if they'd be necessarily called like a Halloween movie really, but I like how they were made. The way that they complement each other is really nice. Sometimes when there are sequels, they don't always do a good job at like connecting the stories. Like they try, but it just doesn't really, it feels like it's forced. Whereas like this movie, they really like, it just intertwines so perfectly together, because I watched the first movie again for the first time in a while after seeing the second one only a few weeks ago. It was crazy how much of the second film actually was in the first movie. So it's a really good one to watch if you like time travel-esque kind of vibes. It's definitely a good one to watch. I also like the character development, so you guys already know I'm a huge nerd for that. It's a good one for sure. I decided to throw in 2 more movies because I was like, I can't just talk about like 8 or 9 movies really. I mean, comparing to like the franchises, I technically talked about a few movies, but I had to throw on here Bride of Chucky. I love watching this one around this time of the year. I love Jennifer Tilly's character. I think that she just plays the human version and then the doll version of herself so well, and I like how they just like are paired together so nicely. You kind of see a little bit different side of Chucky, I guess. I like how you see young Katherine Heigl in this movie, and it definitely is like a little bit cheesy, but something about it is just iconic, and I always catch myself watching it at this time of year. And the last one I have on here I just watched the other day, and it's one of my favorites, dare I say, and it's Ghost Ship. Something about this movie, don't make fun of me, I like this movie. People don't really talk about it as much, but it is definitely maybe a little cheesy, but I liked where they were going with it. You know what I mean? Like there was definitely some promising parts of the movie that I saw that I was like, this was really well done, especially like the throwback parts of the movie. If you've never seen it before, Ghost Ship is just, it's really creepy, just to say the least. I think it's really creepy, just the fact that it's like a ghost ship. Abandoned things just freak me out in general, so the fact that like there's ghosts on top of it just makes it a little bit more scary. Everyone on the ship died like a really horrific death. A demon is trying to get his souls, and it's very interesting. If I had notes in front of me, I probably would be able to explain it a lot better, but Ghost Ship, definitely give it a chance. It can be a little, I don't know if I would say campy, but like a part of it is just kind of like, oh, okay, like you did that. But I do recommend all these movies. Again, like I said, I hopefully will remember to put them all on the screen of where you can find them. And if you do decide to watch any of these movies, definitely let me know down below. And if you have any horror movie recommendations or just scary movies in general that you think I should watch, comment them down below, because I'm always looking for new ones. I've been really trying to reach out and watch a lot of different new ones. I personally, just as like another ad, I love all like the Insidious movies. I just watched chapter 3 last night, like all the Conjuring films, so if that gives you a vibe of what I like, definitely comment down below what you think I would also enjoy. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, shine bright. Bye!